The story of the guitar is one that stretches across thousands of years, beginning long before the instrument took the shape we recognize today. Woven through the lives of countless cultures, musicians, and craftsmen who each contributed to its journey. To understand the guitar, we must travel back to the dawn of civilization, when humans first began to experiment with sound and rhythm, using tools and materials found in nature to create music that spoke to the soul. Among the earliest known ancestors of the guitar were simple stringed instruments fashioned from gourds, tortoise shells, and wood strung with gut or plant fibers, designed to resonate and amplify sound. In Mesopotamia, Egypt, and other ancient societies, more than 3,000 years ago, we find depictions of early lutes and lyres in carvings and paintings, suggesting that these instruments were not just for entertainment, but also for ritual and cultural significance. The Egyptians played instruments such as the nefer, which bore a long neck and a resonating body, resembling the basic principle of what would eventually evolve into guitars and lutes. Similarly, in Mesopotamia, the civilizations of Sumer, Babylon, and Assyria employed instruments like the oud, a pear-shaped lute with no frets that would later influence instruments across Asia, Africa, and Europe. These early instruments were portable, personal, and capable of expressing melody in a way that drums or horns could not, making them beloved companions for poets, priests, and travelers alike. From these beginnings, the guitar's journey expanded outward, shaped by the movement of peoples, trade routes, and conquests. The oud, in particular, carried forward the DNA of the modern guitar. It spread across the Middle East and into North Africa, where the Moors of medieval Spain introduced it to Europe during the 8th century. In Spain, the oud began to evolve, merging with native European string instruments such as the cithara and vihuela. The cithara, which gave its name to the guitar, had been used by the Romans and Greeks, with its flat body and multiple strings plucked by hand. The vihuela, popular in 15th and 16th century Spain, looked more like a guitar, but was tuned like a lute. The blending of these traditions gradually formed the identity of what we now call the guitar. Unlike the rounded back of the lute or oud, Spanish craftsmen began favoring a flat wooden body with a sound hole in the center, frets along the neck for precise pitch, and 6 courses of strings. The use of gut strings made from animal intestines gave the instrument a warm, resonant tone that was perfect for accompanying the human voice and performing both sacred and secular music. As the Renaissance swept across Europe, the guitar gained prominence as a courtly instrument. Its gentle sound made it suitable for intimate settings, where nobles and poets would sing to its accompaniment. In Italy, France, and Spain, the guitar began to differentiate itself from its cousin, the lute, which still dominated in complexity and prestige. By the 16th century, the guitar was becoming standardized as a smaller, more accessible instrument, often strung with 5 courses of double strings. This gave it versatility for strumming and plucking, and composers began writing dedicated pieces for the guitar. The instrument also became popular with the common people, since it was cheaper and easier to play than a lute or harp. Unlike the organ or harpsichord, which were confined to churches and palaces, the guitar belonged to taverns, streets, and family gatherings, embedding itself into the social fabric of Europe. By the Baroque period of the 17th century, the guitar had established itself as a distinct voice in European music. Composers such as Gaspar Sanz in Spain and Francesco Corbetta in Italy elevated the instrument's repertoire, composing intricate works that showcased its potential for harmony, melody, and rhythm. The 5-course Baroque guitar was a favorite among aristocrats, even reaching the French court, where King Louis XIV himself was known to play. But while the guitar thrived, it still faced competition from louder and more versatile instruments like the violin and harpsichord. For many centuries, the guitar lived in the shadow of these grander instruments, yet it continued to evolve quietly, waiting for its moment to shine. That moment came in the late 18th and early 19th centuries, when Spanish luthiers such as Antonio de Torres revolutionized the design of the guitar. Torres introduced a larger body, fan racing inside the soundboard for greater resonance, and a standardization of 6 single strings instead of 5 double courses. This was the birth of the modern classical guitar. The Torres guitar was louder, richer, and capable of filling concert halls, giving the guitar a new legitimacy as a concert instrument. Around the same time, composers like Fernando Sor, Dionisio Aguado, and later Francisco Tárrega began writing and performing music specifically for the 6-string guitar, demonstrating its expressive depth and technical possibilities. Tárrega, in particular, is often regarded as the father of modern classical guitar technique, and his influence is still felt today. The classical guitar became associated with the romantic spirit of Spain, embodying passion, melancholy, and grace in a way few instruments could. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, the guitar was also finding new life in the Americas. Spanish colonists brought guitars to Mexico and South America, where the instrument quickly adapted to local cultures. Variants such as the charango in the Andes, the requinto in Mexico, and the cuatro in Venezuela reflected how indigenous peoples and settlers reshaped the guitar into something uniquely their own. In North America, the guitar arrived with European settlers and became a favorite among folk musicians, cowboys, and traveling minstrels. By the 19th century, steel strings had been introduced, replacing gut and producing a brighter, louder sound that better suited large gatherings and outdoor performances. American luthiers like Christian Frederick Martin pioneered the steel string acoustic guitar, introducing innovations such as X-bracing that made guitars sturdier and more resonant. The Martin guitar laid the foundation for what we now call the acoustic guitar, beloved in country, blues, and folk music. The 20th century brought the guitar into a new golden age. With steel strings, plectrums, and mass production, guitars became accessible to millions of people worldwide. In the Mississippi Delta, African American musicians used inexpensive guitars to give birth to the blues, bending notes and sliding across strings to express sorrow, resilience, and joy. Legends like Robert Johnson turned the guitar into a vessel for raw emotion, influencing generations to come. As blues evolved into jazz in the early 20th century, guitarists like Django Reinhardt and Charlie Christian showed how the instrument could swing, improvise, and compete with brass and woodwinds. But perhaps the most transformative leap came in the 1930s and 40s, when inventors such as Les Paul and companies like Gibson and Fender pioneered the electric guitar. By attaching pickups to amplify the vibrations of metal strings, they created an instrument that could roar, sing, and dominate in ways no acoustic guitar could. The electric guitar did not just amplify sound, it amplified culture. Rock and roll in the 1950s and 60s cemented the guitar as the defining instrument of the modern age. Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley's sideman, and Buddy Holly made the guitar synonymous with youth rebellion and excitement. Soon, guitar heroes like Jimi Hendrix, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, and Carlos Santana transformed it into a weapon of artistic expression, using distortion, feedback, and virtuosic solos to push the boundaries of music. The guitar was no longer just an accompaniment instrument. It was at the center of the stage, a symbol of freedom, creativity, and rebellion. Across genres rock, blues, country, flamenco, classical, jazz, the guitar proved endlessly adaptable, carrying voices of countless cultures. As the decades passed, the guitar continued to evolve alongside technology. The 1970s and 80s saw the rise of heavy metal shredders like Eddie Van Halen, whose finger-tapping technique expanded the guitar's vocabulary, and bands like Metallica, who pushed it into heavier, darker territories. At the same time, acoustic troubadours like Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, and Paul Simon used the guitar as a storytelling tool, shaping folk and protest movements. In Latin America, the guitar carried political songs of resistance, while in Spain, flamenco maestros like Paco de Lucia redefined virtuosity on the classical guitar. The instrument became universal, speaking every language of music. In the 21st century, the guitar faces new challenges and transformations. Digital technology has given rise to virtual instruments, electronic beats, and synthesizers, yet the guitar remains iconic. Today's musicians combine traditional craftsmanship with innovation, using carbon fiber bodies, digital modeling amps, and even MIDI-enabled guitars that control synthesizers. At the same time, vintage acoustic and electric guitars are prized more than ever, as musicians and collectors cherish the warmth of wood and the soul of analog sound. Platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram have created a new generation of guitarists who share riffs, lessons, and performances with millions across the world. From classical concert halls to bedroom studios, from flamenco stages to heavy metal arenas, the guitar continues to inspire, unite, and evolve. And so, the story of the guitar is not just the history of wood, strings, and craftsmanship. It is the story of human creativity itself, of how people across continents and centuries found ways to turn raw materials into voices for their deepest emotions. It is the story of how an ancient instrument traveled the world, transforming and being transformed, until it became one of the most universal tools of musical expression ever known. From the temples of Mesopotamia to the streets of Spain, from the cotton fields of Mississippi to the neon stages of modern rock festivals, the guitar has endured and flourished, adapting to every culture, every genre, and every generation. And even now, with new technologies and musical trends constantly emerging, the guitar's story is far from over. For every time someone picks up 6 strings and strums their first chord, the timeless journey of the guitar begins again.